Welcome to this free email reliability checker tool. What it does essentially is when you want to send cold emails to an email list, you want usually to verify the email addresses. You want to make sure that they are deliverable, that there is not any syntactic error, that the domain is reachable. Essentially, you want to make sure that your emails will be received and more especially answered. But here we are focusing on the receive part. This is essentially a first check. This is not by any means a perfect check. This is not a professional email verification service, but this is a first step that can save you time and money. Why? Because when you have an email list that is ready to send your cold email marketing campaign to, you want first to drop emails here, up to 10 emails in this free tool. So let's, for example, try with the support email of this website. Then you hit check email addresses, and what you get is various checks that have been processed for this email address. For example, a syntax check, a syntactic check, then also another syntactic check about potential unusual characters in the email address. It's not the case here. You also want to check whether or not this is a disposable email address. For example, there are some tools or some platforms that enable users to create disposable email, and you don't want to send emails to those email addresses. Also, we have a DNS check, a MX check, and also we check for the reputation of the MX records, the MX addresses. It's usually google.com or outlook.com or googlemail.com. These are high reputation domains, but sometimes the reputation is low, so this penalizes the email address. We also check for the free email. For example, the email address would be a free email, and you don't want usually to send cold email to free email. Also, we have a heuristic that checks for the accept all, whether or not this is an email address that is a catch-all domain or not. Also, we have other checks which are specific to FindMySleets. The fact that this email address has been found 5 times or more on the domain behind or the domain associated, linked to this email address, here findmysleets.com for example. Also, we check for the global ranking of that website, of that domain name, and also whether or not there is paid technologies on the website. This is good if there is. And finally, we have an AI check, an AI pass, that verifies other things, like whether or not the email address seems legitimate, is correctly formulated in the context of this domain name and website. And in that check, I pass a whole context, the global ranking, the social media presence, and other stuff. And this derives an AI risk score that is a final multiplier of the overall score. The score is between 0 and 100, and 100 signifies that this email address is very, very likely good for cold emailing. And for example, if it's less than 90, I would suggest that you don't use this email address. And like this, the next step is simply to verify the email addresses with a score of more than 90. Like this, you immediately filter out junk emails, and you can focus on the good email addresses for your cold email marketing campaign.